Okay, here I have a pair of VivoBarefoot Scotts. I've been using these for a little while now, and I found them to be very good. You can see they've got a canvas kind of area, but they also have a rawhide type area that you'll want to protect if you get a pair of these. I find them to be very comfortable. Inside you can see there's I've got the thermal insole in there. That's just to keep your feet warm in colder weather, but my feet, they don't sweat much, so I just leave them in all the time. And I used these this morning to take a little trek, and I went through the grass and everything on them. But as long as you keep some good rawhide cream on the leathers, you're going to be okay. On the leather portions, you're going to be okay. So I made a point to put some on just a minute ago. You want to use rawhide cream because this is more like rawhide. It's not. You don't want to use regular shoe polish. That's going to not work very well. And you can see the VivoBarefoot sole, which is pretty awesome. And what I really like is, obviously these are barefoot shoes, so you're getting away from the uneven heel wear that you see from the old platform shoes that everybody's used to wearing. And that's one of the reasons I switched to barefoot shoes, is because the evidence shows that those platform shoes with the cushioned heels, all your sports sneakers and most of the running shoes and stuff like that, they're not zero drop. So you got an unnatural angle that puts a lot of pressure on your knees, your hips, and your back. I've been facing some back issues, so I thought I'd make the switch to the zero drop shoes, the barefoot shoes, to help me. If you haven't used barefoot shoes before, you want to be careful making the transition. I only use them for walking. I don't run. I'm not a runner, so that part doesn't matter. Maybe I'll run someday in the future, but right now I'm just focused on walking. But even so, even if you're just walking, a barefoot shoe is a different experience, and you should approach it gently if you get a lot of foot pain in the beginning, because you're going to have to change the way most likely you're going to have to change the way your gait works and where you're striking the ground with your foot. So you may develop some foot pain in the beginning on your heels and other areas of your foot. And so just back off a little bit and take your time making the transition. It could take some time. Some people claim it doesn't take long. I imagine it's different for everybody. It's taken me a little while. I pretty much use my barefoot shoes most of the time now, and they have improved quite a bit from the beginning when I started making the transition. I like the VivoBarefoots better than some of the other brands out there. These are they're definitely quality. So that's one of the reasons I like them. You've got your, this is just a good boot all around. They call it winterproof. It's not waterproof, it's winterproof. So it keeps you a little bit warmer. But what I like about them is you can go trekking through the woods and tall grass and stuff like that. And that's just it's a good boot to wear. They are definitely barefoot. I mean, there's no, if you need them for work safety, this won't foot the bill. Obviously, there's nothing in there for foot safety. If you're working in an environment where you're required to have safety shoes, this is not it. Can't use these for that. But overall, these are high quality, and I like them. Now, I do know they're rather expensive. On VivoBarefoot's website, you're going to pay about $200 usually. So what you want to do is look for clearance. I think I got these for $105. Look around the different websites. Also, VivoBarefoot themselves has some sales clearance. You can check the clearance department. I think I saw a pair of these actually for $105 also just recently on clearance. So that's what you want to do. As far as shoe size goes, it's pretty much true to size. You just want to make sure, because you're switching to barefoot shoes now. If you're switching to barefoot shoes, you might be someone who's done barefoot for a long time. But if you are, the toe bed is going to be wider, so you might need a larger size than you're used to, because your toes are going to spread out, and you want them to spread out for an effective experience. So I would get these. I would recommend these. I bought these myself. I've been using them for a while, and I would recommend them. It's a boot, so you're going to get into it, and you got your little loop here to help you get into it. But like I don't wear these every day because I don't want to put boots on every day, but they're good for a trek through the woods or whatever you have to do, and they'll hold up. They're pretty strong. This is very puncture resistant, so you don't have to worry. And you're gonna feel the stuff under your feet, rocks and all that kind of stuff, but that's part of the barefoot experience. And yeah, so this is the VivoBarefoot. These are the Scotts. You can see it's a wild hide, which is kind of a rawhide type leather, so you want to treat it appropriately. I use rawhide cream to clean and protect the boots. You want to put several layers on to keep these protected because you don't want them to start to look ugly, So you can see on this side, it's a little more than on the other one. You can see that one I probably protected it a little sooner, and so it's a little better off. So put your protection on often, frequently, and keep your VivoBarefoot Scotts in good shape, and you should be good to go. I do like, again, VivoBarefoot. I have another brand of shoe. I won't name the brand, but I find the Vivo. I have several pairs of VivoBarefoots. In fact, I've got some slip-ons here too that I'm wearing. So I find the VivoBarefoot to be higher quality than the other shoes, the other brand that I won't mention, because I'm not interested in starting a war between people. But I found these to be higher quality. Yes, they're more expensive, but in my opinion, the quality makes it worth it. So yeah, this is Dave. Like this channel, subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave your comments below. Thanks for watching.
Remember to subscribe to this channel.